burden. Thank you guys. Alright, go ahead and start now.
Take up the white man's burden, set forth your sturdy kin, and load them down with Bibles and cannonballs and gin. Throw in a few diseases to spread the tropic climes, for there the healthy niggers are quite behind the times.
Okay, does anyone want to read the next stanza? Wilbany, please.
And don't forget the factories.
I can't hear Wilbany.
I can't hear you.
And don't forget the factories. On those benighted shores, they have no cheerful iron mills, nor eat department stores. They never work 12 hours a day and live in strange content, although they never have to pay a single soul or rent.
Okay, can I have someone else read the next stanza?
One
Well,
more.
Ellis here, over here. Speak a little bit louder for us, Ellis. Come on, you can do it.
Take up the white man's burden and teach the Philippines what interpreted facts are just mortgage means. Give them electrician chairs, prisons too below right if they seem glad to kids and still their healthy grow.
Okay, thank you. One more. Go ahead, Lazaro.
They need our labor question too, and politics and fraud. We made a pretty mess at home. Let's make a mess abroad.
Okay, and Miss Farr, can you read the last half for us?
And let us ever humbly pray the Lord of hosts may deign to stir our feeble memories, lest we forget the main. Take up the white man's burden. To you who thus succeed in civilizing saboteurs, they owe a debt indeed. Concessions, pensions, salaries, and privilege and right. With outstretched hands you raise to bless, grab everything in sight. Take up the white man's burden, and if you write in verse, flatter your nation's vices and strive to make them worse. Then learn that if with pious words you ornament each phrase, in a world of canting hypocrites, this kind of business praise. Say pile. Oh, page,
Okay,
sorry,
perfect.
page. Oh, should I finish?
Oh, no, that's actually a different one. So we're gonna stop there, guys.
okay.
The next one we're gonna read next class is the black man's burden, but this was the real white man's burden. Remember, it is a response directly to Kipling's The White Man's Burden. So, now that we've read it for a second time, we kind of have it a little bit more ingrained in our heads, let's go ahead, look at your charts. Tell me, what did you think the title would be about? When you first read it, what did you think it would be about? So right here, yeah, there was an explicit word in there, and a lot of us gasped when we saw it. So where would that word go? In here, does anyone know? No, you're close.
Connotation.
Connotation, right. So we'll get there, but for right now, let's just do the title.
Huh? Oh, you need a chart?
I was like, oh no.
This one's quick, guys, just opinion. I'm only going to give you about a minute more to do this. Title, you're telling me what did you think the title would be about before we move on? We'll get you caught up on that, okay? Also, did you find your?
She said put it.
Okay, I think you're active on one slide. So next time, just raise your hand, okay?
That would be a rib.
Yeah.
They gotta have a fraction. Like slim in here. Bear hug.
We're on this side. Everybody quiet down really quickly. In case you're lost, we are on this side of our chart. Up here, you should have crossed. Last time I said it says The White Man's Burden by Rudyard Kipling. That's not the right one because I absolutely forgot to change it. So you need to put the real, just add real in there, White Man's Burden. And then cross that out and put by Crosby. If you don't know how to spell Crosby, it's on our poem. So go ahead and look that up there.
So you're going to change that to up here to the real, just put real here, and then here you can put cross instead of you got that?
Yeah, where's your notebook? Where's your notebook? Okay, so it's by Ernest Crosby, so that's our author, right? And then all you have to do is add the real White Man's Burden. So just got it over you. Right, just right up here.
Remember, you're supposed to hear.
So as the slide says, we should have done this before reading the poem. We already read the poem though, so just tell me, what did you think the title would be about?
Yes.
Just put that right there.
A letter to somebody.
Here, you're supposed to be Crosby. Right here, Ernest Crosby.
Everyone have one of these? Are we good?
I think I know.
Yeah. You think what? You didn't do it right? No, you don't. You did two of these, so it looks exactly the same except on the back, there's the term chart that you should have held out for homework if you didn't finish your class.
You have the whole sentence for the poem?
Alright, let's move on from that, guys. Let's move on from that. I need all attention again. What does attention mean? Eyes on me and not talking. Unless you're talking with Miss Farrar. Okay, what I need you now to do is paraphrase. So you should turn and talk with the person next to you. Talk with them. What was this poem about? How is it a response, over here, how is it a response to the first one that we just read? Tell me what is being said here.
So we
You need to
gotta-
paraphrase or just summarize what the poem was about.
So we gotta connect it to the old?
You don't have to necessarily connect it to the other one, but just keep in mind that it is a response to the old one. So it would be very hard to paraphrase if you didn't somehow relate it back to. Okay? Now, we're not, so take about 2 minutes to do that. Talk with the person next to you. Because a lot of you will miss exactly what this poem is about. If you have to reread, do that too. Do that. Also, think of it in terms of imperialism. Is it anti or pro-imperialism?
Anti?
Anti, yeah. So tell me why it's anti, because that's kind of why he writes this.
Isn't imperialism like going to people's land?
Taking land through force. So, and what was the white man's verdict?
No, they're not. They're taking it through force in the last one, right?
What?
The white man's taking it through force.
Right.
But then in the real white man,
He's paying for it?
not imperialism, but the other one, imperialism, right? Where they're
He's still talking about imperialism here, because we're talking about the white man's burden, which is what? What is the white man's burden? To go help other countries and this and that. So we're still talking about that, but he has a different idea of what the white man's burden really does. You need to tell me what that idea is. So reread it if you need. Over here.
Doesn't it have to do with money and stuff? Because you talk about
That's
money.
what I said in not imperialism.
You're close, not very the wrong way, but what is he saying the white man's burden will do for the Philippine people?
I know this.
Exactly.
I'm gonna reread it.
They're taking out everything they think is good here.
What?
They're taking everything they think is good.
I don't understand what you
They're
mean.
forcing it with everything.
So what is the white man's burden? Let's backtrack a little bit. What's the white man's burden?
Maybe it's supposed to
One second. Imperialism, but for what? Why do we need to go over and to help them, right? So the white man's burden is to go over, bring our civilization, our religion, our this and that. What is this poem saying that we'll bring over? Our burden. Because he has a different idea of what we're gonna do for these countries. Yeah, right, we're gonna enforce taxes, 12-hour work
All the
days, we're gonna
negative
bring
things that come
disease.
along that we have over in this
Right.
country, we're gonna bring to them.
That a question over here? Yeah. You don't know what imperialism is?
So busy.
Okay, Eddie, why don't you explain to me what is
It's saying, okay, we're gonna go over to the Philippines and take over, and we're gonna try to do good, and leave with them. What are they doing? We're bringing them what? You know, all the things that we have.
Take over land.
So it's taking over lands, not necessarily.
Our, the way our economy is, but we wanna bring that over there and give them all these countries too. So he's being sarcastic, sure, the white man's burden is all the help that we get.
Land or,
The man is gonna go over there.
Let him finish, because he's telling you what imperialism is. You're saying you don't know, right? Go ahead, Eddie.
trying to get land land around. I don't know what
Yeah,
else.
land and resources, right, because when we take land, we want this stuff where? We went and we
What the hell? Were you still squeezing that?
So here, the first one, the white man's version, what is the white man's version?
They never.
Right, but what was the burden that comes? He explains what the burden is.
Man, my wrist strong.
So in other words,
So you might need to
not
read
only
it.
You're
strong?
And then
bringing in
it's
our
hard. What
United
they say.
States
So
and all
here,
of
here
our
it tells us the
policies,
white
you
man's
wanna bring
version,
all the
what about it?
negative over here too. So you're giving them all
It's not
this
a punishment,
negative.
but it's like an obligation, something that like weighs heavy on you. So,
I ain't get the clap very far.
So when we talk about the white man's
This
version,
poem
when we go over here, what is the white man's version?
Imperialism.
What are we burdened with? That's what he says here.
How
And then
they are.
here, he has a different idea of what our burden is. So you need to find the difference between.
Breaking.
Go to your last chart if you need. Is that your last chart?
Bad. Negative. Movements. I didn't even write it that fancy. I didn't write it that fancy. You got it right now.
Oh, they gotta bring you what?
Okay.
Bad. Negative. Movements.
I'm gonna go. I'll write it down. You too. Come on. Just know what that is all. Right. I'm gonna come outside. Okay, just make sure that they're what's happening here. In about a minute, go ahead and just move on into the next one. Just push the slide, go to connotation.